Hey guys, it's Nisha. I'm here to do a freshman college tips video. I've been seeing a bunch of these going around, and I thought since I just finished my first year of college that I would compose a list of tips and things that I thought really needed to be said. So you guys really pay attention to this, and you can follow these tips. I hope you do. They will help you a ton, and I promise school won't be that bad, so don't worry, don't stress. A lot of people tend to be like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. That was me, honestly, that was me the first week, first month. I was like, I'm in college. You have to really soak it in, whoa, we're going to university, we're in college, it's crazy. But these tips will definitely help you, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Also, if you want to see my freshman how to make friends kind of if you're nervous video that I did, I'll link it down below and on the page, so go check that out. That's a pretty silly video, but it helps. It helps calm down the nerves, so go check it out. So I'm going to start off with my first tip, and I do have a list on my handy dandy notepad. Here, it's full. It's this list of tips that I need to tell you guys. So let's go with the first one, is to make a list of all your passwords and codes. Now your school will usually use a code that you have to plug in when you go to your guidance counselor, or maybe that's just my school, to identify that you are a student at that school. So you'll have to either have your little school ID or just know a code. Make sure to write it down somewhere that you know you won't forget. I usually tend to put them in my phone or on my laptop in a little Word document file. Just have a list of all the emails that you're using for that school, all the passwords that you're using for your homepage, which is your basic homepage is usually a list of your teachers and your classes that you're doing with the homework assignments or any updates that the teacher has posted on that. Make sure to know your passwords, because I cannot tell you how many times I have had to reset my password because I'm like, wait, what did I put? What email did I use? Oh my god, I forgot. Just write it down somewhere so you know what passwords you're using and all the codes that you're using for your school. Have a list of them written down, ready to go in case you forget. That's the best tip I can give you guys. Number 2, if your teacher, okay, let's say your teacher wants you to buy books. Go ahead, buy your books, rent your books, get them offline. Try to find the cheapest way that you can get a textbook. But some teachers do give you textbooks on their homepage, basically their website. My teacher for sociology, she literally photocopied the entire sociology book and put it on the website for us. So I was so happy because I got to save basically $165 on a textbook that I didn't really need. She was like, I highly doubt any of you guys are doing sociology as a major, so I'm just going to give you guys the book. And it was perfect. It was easy to print out papers that we needed to do, and it was just a lifesaver. So always check if your teacher's going to put the book up on their online. Number 3. Okay, this is great. If you aren't sure of what classes to take for your major, I stress this, go to your guidance counselor or go to the advisor for that specific major you're doing, or just go to any advisor that you see can help you. Basically, you want to make sure you're doing the correct classes. You don't want to end up taking a class that you didn't need to do. You could be taking logistics and you'd be like, why am I taking this class? I don't need it for, doing a nursing major. It doesn't correlate. So make sure you're taking classes that are really specific to your major, or any general education classes you have to take. Make sure you're doing those as well, because usually you have to do a list of general education classes like English and reading and all that writing intensive courses you need to do for just regular college. So make sure you're doing the right classes. Also, another tip, but kind of thing that you need to do, is check if your major requires you to do any prerequisites before you can go into their program. Ask your guidance counselor, hey, do I have any prerequisites I need to do for my major? And they will give you either a list, or maybe you don't have to do any and you just have to do general education courses. So make sure to ask about, oh my god, I'm losing breath. Make sure to ask for if you have to do any prerequisites, general education classes, what classes you really need to be specifically on, because you don't want to waste money on a course that you do not need. It's a waste of time, and no one likes that. So really pay attention to what classes you're taking. Stay organized with your money. I am a commuting student, so I drive to my school, so I have to be really organized with gas money, food money, emergency money in case anything happens with the car or something like that. You know, you have to be prepared for random things, you know? So yeah, basically just really stay organized, and if you're dorming, stay organized as well, because dorming itself is really expensive. You know, renting out that little apartment's really pricey. It can be really pricey. You also have to wash for yourself. You have to, you know, wash your own dishes and all that stuff, and buy your own food, and also have money for going out or whatever if you want to do. It does get really pricey, so make sure to stay organized. Just also have a list. I guess lists are what I'm trying to tell you. Lists are always the best thing. It keeps you organized, guys, I promise. So make a list of, I would suggest like going to the supermarket like once a week or once every 2 weeks with a list of the items that you really, really need, because if you have a list in front of you, you're more likely to just pay attention to what's on the list, and you won't buy random things that you really do not need to be spending money on. So make a list of what you really, really need at the moment, like milk, bread, eggs, I don't know, you know, make, and okay. Another thing that I want to tell you guys, I'm getting out of order, but whatever. I really wanted to stress these things because these are like important. Food at school. Although it's quicker, it should just be called quick fat, because honestly, that's where the freshman 15 comes from. All the junk food that schools, you know, sell and all that stuff is not healthy. Like my school is like into pizza, hamburgers. There's like Taco Bell right next to the corner of my school. There's Burger King, there's Wendy's, there's McDonald's, there's Subway, there's Dunkin' Donuts. There's everything right by my school. Like that whole area is just like food. And you know, you're always tempted to be like, oh, I could just grab this quickly. I could just do this quickly. This is faster. But then it just turns into quick fat. Like on your tummy, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I like gained weight. Like what happened? So just make sure to pay attention to what you're eating. You don't want to constantly be overeating and stuff like that, snacking a lot. What I recommend, and what I did, was usually take home lunch. I would make a salad at home, bring it to school, eat it there. It's quicker. Drink a lot of water as well. It would fill me up. It would be a lot healthier than eating pizza, and like I would eat pizza a lot. In my first semester of freshman year, I ate pizza a lot, and that was not good. And then spring semester I was like, no more, I'm buying salads. So I just decided to either buy a salad at school or make salad at home and bring it to school, which is so much easier for me, and it saves a lot of money at the end, and it's better for your waistline, so that's good. Planners. Okay, planners are a life, like honestly, like a godsend. Like yes, get a planner. I know in high school and middle school you used to get those little planners that they would give you, but I recommend getting your own planner for college. Obviously you have to get your own planner because they don't give you planners in college. And I have this chunky one, and I had a smaller one for freshman year, so it was like about that size, but this time I got a bigger one because this was on sale. That's why I got it. But it says 2013, 2014, and it's huge. Like honestly, it has enough space to write all the assignments that I'm ever gonna have, and it has enough space. Like if you guys can see it, it has a lot of space for everything. Like it's perfect. And this was in Target, and this was like, I want to say this was originally maybe like $6, so they're not even that expensive. So try to get a good planner because it will honestly make you so much organized, so much better organized. Also, if you are in a sport or some kind of other activity, these keep you really organized because you know exactly what time you have to be in a certain place or in a certain you know, clubs or a certain class in your, you know, your school. Because some of my classes are pretty far from each other. So this will just help me organize where I have to be and whatnot. And it keeps you organized with assignments as well. Honestly, some teachers will tell you in advance that you have a essay or an assignment due in 2 months. So make sure you write it down here so you know exactly when it's due. Make sure to hand it in on time, guys. That is my next, that was my next tip. Hand in things on time. I cannot stress to you guys, I'm gonna cry because honestly I've seen so many people lose pointless points because they just don't hand things on time. And some teachers will not even accept it. Honestly, some teachers, if you hand it in the next day, they're gonna be like, no, this was due yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm not taking it anymore. And you're gonna be like, whoa, can I please just hand this in? No, sorry, that was due yesterday. Is today yesterday? I don't think so. They're not gonna take it. Or they will take it and they will literally drop like 2-letter grades off it. Like one girl in my class, she basically, it was an A paper, but because she handed in like 2 days late, she got a C. So please pay attention to when deadlines are occurring in your classes. Make sure you have them organized so you don't get one deadline mixed up with another deadline. Really, a planner will save you because you just can notice when everything is due. Like you can write it on the big page. Let me see. I know yeah, here, look. You see like how this is like April 2014. You see how it has every single day listed out. You can put like you have, let's say you have an essay due on this 14th right here. You can make sure that you have everything listed out that's due in that whole entire month basically, and just write it out so you know when you have to hand everything in. Also, another tip, if your teacher gives you a deadline, say you can either hand it on the 14th or you can hand it on the 16th. Usually do it on the 14th, like hand it in on the earlier deadline date because it looks more professional to your teacher. Your professor will be like, wow, this teacher's really putting the initiative to strive for a better grade. I'm losing my voice while I talk. But it looks better to your professor if you hand in things on time or earlier than they are required. It just looks better. So definitely try to do that. Pay attention to textbooks. This is so helpful. If you are studying and you don't understand what your teacher is saying and you're like, oh my God, I really don't get this teacher. I don't get him. Read the textbook. I read okay, let me just help. Okay, so this is what my statistics for freshman fall semester textbook looked like. And this is the statistics book that we used. And I literally did not understand my teacher, what she was saying at any point in the entire class. Some of my teachers have a lot of accents from around the world, literally. Like, my teacher was Korean, and I could not understand her accent. And I don't want to be rude or anything, but I literally just couldn't, and half of my class couldn't understand her. But of course, I tried my hardest to comprehend what she was saying, and I did understand some of the things she said. But this book and textbooks in general will help clear out whatever questions or confusion you do have. So I highly recommend reading the chapters before each class or reading them while you're in class so you can read with her, like understand what she's talking about while you're with her. And these textbooks usually give you samples and really like explain how to do it. Like this is like it's a whole page on how to do the problem. So you can really just read it in plain English and understand like what is going on. This is the best thing for you to do if you are really stuck. And I got an A in this class because I paid attention to my textbook. Honestly, you can get really good grades if you pay attention to the worksheets being handed out. What they're saying, obviously take as many notes as you can, but make sure to read the textbook because some people do the mistake of just flipping through your textbook lightly, like, oh, I don't really need this. And you end up really needing this for your final. So honestly, pay attention to your textbooks. It has helped and saved me so many times. So really pay attention to your textbooks. Okay, let's see. And my last tip, I think, because honestly I could talk about college forever, but I don't want to make this video super long. But if you do want me to do another video with more tips, leave a comment down below and all that stuff. My last tip is sometimes it is hard picking a major. I know some of my friends haven't even picked their major yet. Some people in general just don't know what to do. Think about something that is logical, that you can really see yourself doing when you're older. For instance, me, I'm doing nursing, and I really want to just help people and just be there when you're hurt. Like, honestly, I can see myself in the emergency room working a storm. I can see myself doing that. You want to do something that you're passionate about, major, make sure you have read up on it. Like, I always watch a lot of medical shows and all this stuff, so I'm already like ready, and I can deal with blood, and I can deal with, people crying and all this stuff and throw up and all that stuff. I have a high tolerance to that already, so I can see myself doing that as a job. Or you don't know what to do, they will help you create a path for your life. It's so much easier to have someone to help you, and you can always obviously ask your parents or your guardians or an aunt or uncle or a grandpa or a grandma, whoever is in your presence that you trust. Ask them what you think I should do. Like, ask them their opinions. Be like, oh, what do you think? Should I do teaching? what do you think I should do? It always helps to have a lot of opinions and, you know, just a lot of advice from other people who are, you know, older and who have lived in life basically and can tell you what's best. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask people for their opinions or advice, but also take time to reflect in yourself. What do you see yourself doing along the lines of your life? And after college, where do you see yourself applying to a job? Or if you're gonna move and travel the world, just check what you want to do. Like, honestly, take time to really understand what major you want to do, but don't take too long, because you don't want to be wasting money just doing 4 years of like barely like regular general education classes, or a class here and a class there. You don't want to just be doing that, because that's a waste of money and a waste of time. So make sure to pick something within your freshman year or within your sophomore year, so by junior year you're ready to kind of organize yourself, or sophomore year you're ready to really pay attention to your major. So that is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave all your comments and feedback down below. Help out your fellow freshmen, and this can even work for like high school tips, honestly. Like, just stay organized and really be patient and take time and really pay attention to what your teachers are saying. So that is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All my links will be down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I will leave the link to my freshman, you know, like talking how to make friends video down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! Eating quick and eating junk food. Wow, junk food? What is that?